Hey, hi, and welcome back. So now we are just left with the one section, which is 7-segment display section. And in this video, we are going to complete the component placement of 7-segment display section. Okay, so now let's start with this video. Alright, so we are done with the RGB LED section. Now let's place the components of 7-segment display section. So first of all, let's get the main IC, which is CD4511BE, and let's grab this IC now. So for that, I will go to the 7-segment display section, and this is basically the 7-segment display section, and let's grab the IC now. I have selected this particular orientation because you will get that because all the resistors, when I will place it here, there will be direct connection between this IC and the rest of the pins of this 7-segment display. Okay, that's why I have selected this particular orientation. Otherwise, you will have to do some iterations, or you will have to check which orientation is much better for the this 7-segment display. Okay, and again, if I place this IC in this orientation, then it's going to take little less space on the PCB. Okay, so that's actually the reason. Now let's place the current limiting resistor of the 7-segment display. Alright, so we are done with the placement of all the current limiting resistor of this 7-segment display section, and later I will place these resistors now, which are actually the pull down resistor of this 7-segment display. 7-segment display driver IC. So you can see here this particular resistor belong to this pin. That's why I'm placing this resistor near to this particular pin. So that's the reason I'm actually trying to place these resistors near to their appropriate pin. In the same way I have done for this, these resistors also, you can see. So that's why I have placed these resistors, in this manner, because from here there will be direct connection. So we have to make sure that we have to place the components in such way that the layout complexity, or while creating the layout or while doing the layout, you should not face much problem. Okay. So let me quickly place rest of the components now. Alright, so all the connections are resolved. So this point is connected here, then this one is connected here. These two resistors are connected here. Then these two resistors are connected here. This one is connected here, and this one is connected here. So we have placed all the components. Now just two capacitors are actually remained, and these are actually the decoupling capacitor of the CD4511 IC. So let's place these capacitor now. This is 0.1 microfarad capacitor. So I will place it here at this moment, and let's grab this 10 microfarad capacitor now. Alright, so I have placed them like this, or you can place them in whichever way you want. Okay, you just have to make sure that they should be as close as possible to the IC, and after that I will click on rat nest. So from here straight away there will be 5V connection. So this is how basically our PCB is going to look like, okay, after completing all the placement on the layout editor. So let me just maximize. Now what I will do, I will go to the view, layer setting, and let's enable the T names, B names, T values, and B values layer. Okay. After that I will click on OK here. Now that we have already enabled all the layers here. So here what you have to do, we have to actually disable the T values layer. So you can see for this crystal, this is the value of this crystal, 16 megahertz. Then for this capacitor, the value is 0.1 microfarad. Okay, and likewise for rest of the components, their values is also present on this layout editor. But you know, when we create the layout for a hardware, we actually disable all the all the values which are present on the layout editor. So we are going to disable all the values which are present on the layout editor. So for that, I will go to the view, layer setting, and I will disable the B values layer and B T values layer. Okay, so that will actually disable all the values of all the components which are present on our layout editor. Because on our PCB, if you see, we just have the designators of the respective components. We don't have their values. Okay, so that's basically a standard. We generally keep the only designators of the component. We don't keep the the values of the component. All right. Now after that, what you have to do? After that, we have to place all these designators in the proper manner. So I will place these designators one by one now, and I will show you how to place the designators for these resistors and these resistors. Later, you can actually use the same method to place the designators for rest of the components. All right. So for that, I will show you for these resistors now, these bank of resistor. So let me select this one, and this is basically R11. Or what I will do, I will split the screen, and later I will open this section. And first of all, let's select this resistor. So this is actually the R7 resistor. So I will grab the designator of this this is the designator of this component. You can see. So this is the designator. R7 is actually designator of this component. So I will place it here. So I will place it here like this. At this moment, on temporary basis, I am placing the designator here. And later, let's select the designator of this particular resistor, which is actually R8. So I will grab the designator of this resistor, and later I will place it here like this. And later, let's go for the another resistor. So the designator of this resistor is R9, and later I will place it. Okay, I will place. Yeah, one more thing that I want to tell you here. You have to check, where the resistor is placed. So for example, this resistor is here. Okay, and after that, this particular resistor is actually placed here. So the designator of this resistor should be after, the designator of this resistor. So this placement is wrong. Okay, so I should place the designator like this. Okay, in a sequence. Now here you can actually create the space for the designators of these resistor, and you can place the designators in front of these resistor. But you can see here, I have placed the designators of all these resistors in this manner. So this actually tells that this is R11 is the designator of this resistor, and R10 is the designator of this resistor. So likewise, rest of the designators are for respective components or respective resistors. So this is actually the standard, and whoever will check the PCB, okay, he will directly, by looking towards this designator, he will directly get to know, like this one is for this one, then this one is for this one. Okay, so he's just going to follow the sequence. Or you can use this particular method also, like in front of that particular resistor, you can place the designator of that resistor. Okay, and one more thing I want to tell you here, you will see some of the designators are vertically arranged. Okay, so likewise, you can see here for these all resistors, I have placed the designator in vertical manner. For this particular capacitor, I have placed the designator in horizontal manner. So there is actually a reason for that. As this component is placed in vertical manner, that's why the designators for all these resistors will be in vertical manner. Okay, and this particular component is placed in horizontal manner. That's why the designator, will be placed in horizontal manner. This is actually not a standard. This is actually not a standard. You can design your PCB as per your requirement, or it's up to you how you are designing the PCB. But most of the people actually in industry follow this particular way when we place the designator. Okay, that's the reason this component is in horizontal way. That's why the designator for this component is like this. So if you observe rest of the components, all the components on this PCB, you will find that the designators for all the components are arranged in that way only. So you can see here the designator of this capacitor is arranged in this way. So likewise, you have to place the designators for the respective component on the PCB. So in the same way, I will show you just for these resistor, and you can replicate for rest of the components. So we checked the R7 and we got the R7, then we got the R8, then we got the R9. So R9 is after R8, so this designator should be placed here. Okay, and later I can group them like this and move group, and I can arrange them like this. All right, now let's get another resistor, which is R10. So this one is R10, and this is the designator for R10, and after that I will place it here like this. All right, then the next one is after that R11 is there. So let's get the R11, and later I will place it here like this, and then there will be R5, and after that there will be R6. Okay, so likewise you have to arrange all the designators in proper manner. Okay, so I hope that you got the method or way to arrange the designators for all the components on this layout editor. Okay, so let's not invest much time in arranging the designator, because it's going to take a lot of time. So I will change the designator and I will realign all these components as per this particular PCB, because we are going to create the same layout. Okay, alright, so that's what I wanted to tell in this 3-part series of component placement. I hope that every single thing that we discussed in these 3 videos is now clear to you, and if you still have any kind of doubt, then definitely you can reach to me and I will help you with that. Okay, so I will rearrange all these designators now, and also I will resize all these designator, and in next video you will find that all the designators and all the components will be placed in the proper manner. Okay, alright, so that's what I wanted to tell in this video. Now I will see you in the next video, which is about layout design part 1. Okay, so I will see you in the next video now.